Hi everyone, welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos, and if you find yourself inspired, then by all means, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video though before you do that. If you are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you hanging out with me for a bit. Also, before further ado, please go ahead and hit the like button now. All right, so today is another Throwback Thursday, and what I thought I would do is just talk to you a little bit about some items that I think might fit the category of throwback. All right, so tonight I'd like to talk about slippers. So sometimes it seems that I get on a roll where I'm either making the same pattern over and over again in different colors or different styles of yarn, or I am on the same theme. And so I think this was the case for a while with me and slippers. So I'm going to show you a few slippers, and then you can tell me if you think any of these fit the category of throwback. Okay? So, first up, the first thing I'm going to show you are these worsted weight slippers. Do these conjure up any memories? Do you know anyone who may have had a pair of slippers in this style? This is certainly an old throwback style. They're actually ribbing here to give the shaping for the toe. And then there's when you get to the foot portion past the toe, then it's a garter stitch pattern. And then there's some shaping for the sole of the foot along the edge to give you that definition for the foot. And then back up the sides, it's a garter. So very, very old pattern, guys. And just wondering, have you seen any of these before? Yes or no? All right, so the next style is this. These are really, really basic, but they're very, very thick. These were the first ones that I just showed you, those were done on needles, okay? So those were needle knit, but these were made on a loom, okay? So loom knit uh, slippers, very, very basic. Garter stitch also all the way. There is no seam on the bottom at all, so it won't hurt your foot, okay? And will keep your feet nice and toasty because this is a double-stranded um, yarn throughout, okay? So what do you think about these? Very basic, but definitely, I think, throwback. All right, so I wanted to be a little bit more stylish. And so, in order to do that, I just started to search around to see what I could find. And I actually found a few patterns that I think also would still be considered throwback. So, here's some here. Now, if you look at this, you said, oh my gosh, what is that thing? Is that a slipper? Yeah, it's actually a slipper because it stretches, okay? It stretches to give you the definition, and it's actually a pretty decent pattern here as it stretches to cover your foot, okay? So if I stretch it like this, then you can kind of see the definition of it. And again, it's just some short row shaping that make the shape of it. Now, this is made all in one piece, and then you sew it together. You sew the seam at the bottom, and you sew the seam along the back. But the way I sewed the seam, you don't feel it, so it won't give your foot an uncomfortable feeling with the seam. It's stitched with the same yarn that you use to make it. So very soft fabric made by this particular slipper. All right, and so last but not least, guys, here's another one. Okay, so these are also slippers, kind of in the same way as that one, with the shaping and all garter stitch, all right? Now these also have a really nice kind of portion in the front to give you a little bit of a design here. So here is a stockinette kind of shaping and stitch pattern here, but the rest of it is all garter stitch. Okay, so this one also made in one piece and then stitched up the back and the side. And again, the way you stitch it, it's not uncomfortable when you wear them. These are really, really nice and cozy. I made these with Loops and Threads Charisma yarn. Okay, this one was made with a Red Heart yarn. And these, I do not know the yarn. This yarn, we got this yarn through an estate sale. And so some of the yarns that we received did not have labels on them. So I don't know what kind of yarn this is. It's very, very thick though. It's a worsted, but it's a very thick worsted. And then this one here is a red heart. Okay, a red heart. I think it's a tweed style red heart yarn with the flex in it. All right. So 4 different patterns, all using garter stitch, but different styles. And I think they all qualify as retro. What do you guys think? So, what am I wearing? What I'm wearing actually could be considered a throwback also. I call it my eyes have it scarf, but actually, it's a very, very long eye cord that I made. Eye cords can be considered throwbacks because many, many years ago, I had a little learn to knit and learn to crochet kit, and in it, it had a spool knitter. Spool knitters are kind of a rounded, maybe made out of plastic, maybe made out of wood or something like that. And you put the pegs on it and you wrap your yarn around it and you knit. And what is produced is a cord. Now, the reason you get a cord is because usually the spool knitters are smaller, and so you're getting a round tube. It just happens to be very, very small. You can do the same thing using needles, and that's how I produce this scarf. It was really fun for me to make and very easy and helped me to use up some of my yarn stash that was left over from a project. So I really enjoyed it. So that's all I have for you tonight. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up to like the video. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know if any of the items that I showed tonight are considered throwbacks in your opinion or not. And let me know if you even have a pair or if one of your loved ones has a pair. I'd really love to hear about it. Have you ever made a throwback item in the last year or so? They're actually kind of fun to make and give you a little bit of nostalgia. I love hearing from you guys, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye bye.